Welcome to the Ordinary Marathoner Podcast.
Hello and welcome to the Ordinary Marathoner Podcast. I should have waited a little while. Now, all right, here's the story. If you're watching on the YouTube, you might have seen, I went out this morning. I'm wearing these like royal blue shirts. I was wearing a gray shirt. I looked fine. And then I came home like, all right, I got to do the podcast. So I throw on our Team Ordinary shirt on top of the royal blue shorts, which I'm not going to stand up and show you guys. But I look like, I think I look like Cookie Monster or Grimace or something. I'm just all blued out. Anyway, is what it is. You got to move on. Happy Friday, September 18th we are. Hope you guys are having a good week of training, staying focused, getting after it, doing well. It's been a really busy week for us here. We're going to get into that in a minute. I got a lot of like sort of little announcements here, little things I want to talk. I hope I don't miss something. So we're going to start tonight at 7:30 p.m. Eastern time. We're doing our happy hour. We're revitalizing our happy hour. We've been doing it every 2 weeks. And then last week, we could probably start 4 weeks ago. 4 weeks ago, John Martin couldn't make it. He was our guest. He couldn't make it. So we wound up doing a sort of an informal get together. And then we skip forward another 2 weeks. It was Labor Day weekend. So we decided that probably wasn't a good week to do the happy hour. So we just skipped that one. And now we're bringing it back this week with our very special guest, Allison Knott from A New Well Sports Nutrition. She's our team dietitian. She came up with a topic. So we're going to try to like focus on topics with these things moving forward, as opposed to just having just a general conversation. Today's topic is going to be fad diets. She says that she can talk about it for hours. I'm looking forward to it. We're going to try to just keep her there for an hour. Obviously I've been doing intermittent fasting. So that's something that we can talk about. We've already had a couple questions come through the Facebook page. One was about keto. There was another couple of questions about other diets out there. So we're going to talk a lot about that. Allison's going to talk to you guys a lot about that. It's really cool having a team dietitian, someone who's qualified to talk to you guys about what we eat, because training and exercise, exercise and diet go hand in hand. And, I can help you guys as a coach. I can help you guys with the exercise part, but the diet part, it's really good to have someone super qualified to be able to help you guys with that. So happy that I can bring her in tomorrow night, 7:30. Go to the Facebook page or look at her Twitter page if you're looking for information on how to join the Zoom call. You do not have to be a member of Team Ordinary to come and join us for this one. It's very informational. I encourage you, if you have questions about fad diets, come join us. Come join us. Even if you don't even know who we are, we're friendly. We'll welcome you in with open arms, and you can ask your question and talk to Allison on the happy hour tonight, 7:30 on Zoom. What else we got going on? I want to thank Stu Wiener. Stu submitted our blog post. We've been trying to revitalize the weekly blog posts on our teamordinary.com webpage, which I've also redesigned. It's not quite finished. Some of the links are broken and they don't quite work, but I got to fix that. I'll fix that this afternoon, I promise. But if you go over there, you can hit the blog button. You'll go to the team blog. You see Stu Wiener's blog. He talks a lot about how he's been training through COVID and the pandemic and how it's changed him a little bit. A little bit. It's changed everyone a lot bit, I guess. But it's a really good post, and we've gotten a lot of good feedback from it. Thank you, Stu, for that. I will be submitting a blog next week, and also Ron Booz might be submitting one as well. He mentioned to me that he might want to write one, so that'll be coming out. All this good stuff will be coming out next week. USA Triathlon. Let's talk about that really quickly. USA Triathlon has teamed up with Zwift, and every Wednesday night at 6 p.m. Eastern, they're going to be doing a workout ride, a group workout ride. They've done 2 or 3 of these already, and what happened was USA Triathlon has reached out to some of their coaches that they know use Zwift, and apparently I got on that list, and they asked if we would lead a ride. Of course I'll lead a ride. Of course. It'd be awesome. We do our Thursday night rides all the time. It's something I'm familiar with. So we put together a workout. I'll tell you right now, if you're on Zwift, this workout it's not an intimidating workout. And one of the reasons I don't do a lot of workouts on Zwift is because I feel like sometimes like coaches they want to stick out their chest and see how tough they are, and give you a workout that's nearly impossible to finish, if not completely impossible to finish. And it's good to do those workouts at times. I don't mean to talk down about them, about other coaches coaches. I certainly don't. But sometimes I'm intimidated looking at workouts on Zwift. I'm like, what were they thinking doing that? Because it's just impossible. Like, you're not going to be able to do it. So why do it? Like, just giving an athlete a workout that is a 50-50 shot at getting done or less is a prescription for, just disappointment. And yes, there are workouts that you do want to be, that you want them to be strenuous and you want them to work hard. But sometimes I look at these and I'm like, you got to be kidding me. You think that, you think I can do that? And it's like it's not even a question that you can. You can't. It's too impossible. And sometimes I think people get intimidated by that. My workout on Wednesday will not be intimidating. You will be able to finish it and you will get a workout. I promise you all of those things. It's a cadence drill workout. Cadence is something that a lot of cyclists don't focus on. They don't put a lot of attention on, or maybe you do it here and there, but not a lot. So it's something that's a little bit out of the ordinary, but something that will make you sweat and it will be useful for your training. I promise you that. It will be Wednesday night, 6 p.m. I could use all of the support and happy, supportive crowd that we can possibly get. I will be live streaming it on the Ordinary Marathoner YouTube channel. They're letting me do that, which I think is really cool. So all in all, just a super exciting experience. I don't know how many of these rides I'm going to be doing. It depends on how many other coaches they have kind of roped into the mix there. So if there's 5 coaches, I'll be doing it every 5 weeks. I just don't know what they're expecting right now. I'm sure they're also going to say, all right, let's see how this guy does in week 1. And if he does well, we'll invite him back. And if not, then I probably won't be invited back. We'll see how that works. Interestingly enough, they did call me on Tuesday. It was either Tuesday or Wednesday. It was Tuesday. Tuesday afternoon, I spoke to someone over at USA Triathlon for about, a half an hour. They asked me a lot of questions about coaching and the team and Team Ordinary. And they might be doing like a little bit of a kind of an article or a blog or blurb or whatever it may be about Team Ordinary. And if they do that, I will certainly forward that on that webpage or however they intend to do it. It might be in their newsletter too. I don't quite know, but it's coming. It's coming. If you do go on Zwift and you do go look at the workout, they have not uploaded my workout with my description just yet. So what's there is the workout from last week. So if you open it and it looks like it's intimidating, or if it looks like it doesn't say my name and it doesn't look like my ride, it will be my ride. It just hasn't populated yet. You do have to go into the events and fast forward it to next Wednesday to find it. But speaking of Zwift, I'll just quickly, last night we did our Thursday night ride. The Thursday night ride attendance has been awesome. It's been really good. I think as we kind of move out of summer and towards the winter, more and more people are throwing their bikes on the trainer and realizing like, all right, it's time to start getting into that swing. The weather's still rideable. It's still, you can still get a very comfortable ride outside. It's not like it's freezing cold. It's actually pretty nice weather right now. It's pretty nice weather. It's not, it's not like you have to bring the bike into the trainer, but I think people are just starting to kind of feel the end of summer and all right, it's time to get some work on indoors. Make sure that you're productive in the winter. So we're seeing some more people on Thursday nights, which has been great. You can check out the live stream there on the Ordinary Marathoner YouTube channel. We had a really good trivia session last night. A lot of, some impressive answers. Some people we did movie taglines. It was fun. It was a lot of fun. But we'll be doing those rides Thursday night every single week, and we might be adding more rides during the week, so keep your eye out for those as well. Our early morning rides, we are now through week 5. With Ron, basically, it's me and Ron Booz and Todd Seiden have been doing it every single day. Occasionally, we get Mike Romans to join us sporadically, maybe once a week, but we give him a pass because he's in a different time zone. He's got to set his alarm for like 3:30 in order to meet us. The fact that he's met us at all is just it's a testament to his sense of I guess discipline. Let's call it that. But it's been amazing. It's been an amazing experience the last 5 weeks. I can't even say how great it's been. Just having developing that discipline to get up at 4:30 when that alarm rings and be on that bike by 5, ready to go and getting the work done. We've selected a 6-week training program to do, and we're 5 weeks through it. So we only have 1 more week to go, and then we're going to be done. Today was an optional day on the schedule, and we opted out. We did, but there's a reason for that. I'm going to talk about that in a minute. Basically because we have busy weekends coming up. Me in particular, I'm meeting Matt Schorer up in Lake Placid, but I'll talk about that in a second. But the morning rides, I can't say enough about how good they've been for my training just these last 5 weeks. And I feel like I'm starting to feel results and see results. And last night, actually Thursday night, we did the London flat course, which takes us through the subway tunnels of London. Now, when you get through the subway tunnels of London, at the very end, there's it's like the escalator getting out of the subway, right? So it's a super steep, it's short, but it's super steep. And what I like to do is I kind of like to gear up, get into like one of my harder gears, start pedaling really hard and get up that hill as fast and as hard as you can. And what happens is when you take your sort of natural flat course speed and power, and then it meets that force of your erg trainer, your trainer pushing back at you with this really steep hill, it can force some really big power out of you. And I've always kind of gotten my big power numbers at that spot. It's just the thing that I like to do. And last night I got to 995, which I think was, in terms of the live stream, that's the best I've done coming out of that subway. 995 watts. I know, 5 short of 1,000. And actually my gears, like, they chunked on me for a second, and I just lost my cadence and rhythm, and it just kind of threw me off. And then by the time I got it back, I was back down to like 700 something watts, and I couldn't get it back. But it felt really good, and it made me feel like all these mornings training, they're working, they're producing, they're making me a better cyclist. So all in all, I can't say enough about it. Again, we're going to be doing these 5 a.m. rides. So if any of you guys are out there and you want to join, just reach out to me. Or if you want to join our Thursday night ride and you're not on the list, reach out to me. Happy to send you guys an invite for any of those. Like I said, getting a lot of work done. It feels really good. And next week is week 6, and then we're done with that training program. And then we'll be moving on to bigger and better things, some new things that I've got lined up. Very excited about it. Like I said, I'm going to be having a pretty big Saturday. Tomorrow morning, I'm going to be driving up to Lake Placid to meet Matt Schorer. We're going to be doing a podcast. Now, the recent podcast, guys, I got to tell you, they've been doing great. We've had some top-notch guests. Iron Cowboy was an amazing guest, and it continues to get hits and both the YouTube channel and on the podcast itself. So if you haven't listened to that, definitely go back a couple weeks, take a listen to that. The one with Sue Reynolds was amazing. Sue was an amazing guest too. I do have to say too, next week. Now, if you've watched Amazon Prime's World's Toughest Race, Iron Cowboy was in that race. We had him on the podcast. One of the other main storylines, especially from American teams, was the story of the Macy's, Travis Macy and his dad, Mark. Mark has been an adventure racer for all his life, has done the Eco Challenge in years past. Unfortunately, in recent years, he's contracted Alzheimer's, and he's dealing with that. And he went out there and he raced with his son at the Eco Challenge. It was an amazing story. It was Stephanie's favorite storyline of the whole thing. I reached out to Travis last week, and we've hooked this up. And next week we'll be interviewing Travis Macy, perhaps with his dad. I haven't solidified yet whether or not he's going to be there, but is a good chance that his dad, Mark, will be on the show as well. So, guys, I'm really excited about the way this podcast has been moving, about the guests we've been getting. It feels really productive and really good, and it's just a nice thing to move on in this direction, in this nice direction. In addition, obviously, I'm going to be driving up. I'm going to be meeting Matt Schorer. Matt has our most popular interview on the YouTube channel was Matt Schorer after Ironman Lake Placid from last year. Is over 600 people have watched that video. I've been trying to get him on the show, and he's like, "Look, I just don't like talking about myself. I don't like, I don't know what to say," kind of thing. But so now I'm going up there to visit him. I'm going to visit him. He's not going to be able to escape me. We're going to have to do a podcast. We'll be doing it, and I think it'll be fun because it'll be sort of on the road podcast. We might do some live stuff too for the YouTube channel. I got to be honest, I haven't really been playing around with the cameras lately. I have the GoPro here. I got the batteries all charged up and ready to go. I will be bringing it. We're going to be doing a big bike ride on Saturday, which is one of the reasons why I didn't ride today at 5 a.m. I wanted to save a little bit of energy. So I may or may not do a time-lapse video on the GoPro of our ride. We'll see. I haven't decided yet. I haven't really, you know what it is? I don't want to be burdened with the equipment and all this stuff and trying to figure out how things work when I haven't done it all year. But I might bring everything and just try to figure it out on the fly. It should be interesting. In the very least, I definitely hope to corner Matt for a podcast at some point. We'll do a video, we'll do audio, we'll get that out there for you guys. What are we going to be doing up in Lake Placid is the question. Now, I think originally my hope was that I would get there on Saturday morning. It'd be a nice day. I could go for maybe like a swim in Mirror Lake. I haven't been swimming. I think my gym just opened. The pool just opened. So it's been a while since I've been swimming, like literally a year. I didn't do any swimming over the winter. And, I mean, maybe it's not a year. Maybe I did swim sporadically in the winter. I don't know. But I haven't been in the water, and I love Mirror Lake. It's just so serene and calm typically. And you go up there and it's just a nice place to do open water swimming and to work on your open water swimming. I was really looking forward to that. It's supposed to be 45 degrees. If it's 45 degrees, this guy ain't going in the water. I guarantee you that. So we'll see how that works out when we get there. But right now, I think the plan is to scrap the swim, and Matt and I are going to get on the bikes and go out and do a ride. Now, the initial plan was to do a loop around the Lake Placid course. 56 miles, probably about 3,500 feet of elevation. I'm guessing maybe a little bit less than that. For my Garmin always says it's less than that, but when they advertise the Ironman, they usually say about 7,000 feet of elevation. So one loop around would be half, 3,500. But what we're going to do instead is we are going to ride from Lake Placid down to the Whiteface Mountain Road, which is a downhill ride. That's nice and easy. I'm actually looking forward to that because normally I'm going up that hill and I'm facing a headwind. So hopefully we'll have a nice tailwind going downhill and just enjoy a nice calm ride. Get to Whiteface Mountain Road, and that's where the work is going to be done. So instead of doing the Lake Placid course, we're going to make a left-hand turn, go up Whiteface Mountain Road. I hear it's about 8 miles, but about 3,500 feet of elevation. So all that elevation that they pack into, that they have over 56 miles of the Ironman course, we're going to pack that into 8 miles. I got to tell you, I am not a good climber. I have frequently gotten off my bike to walk during race, frequently twice. All right. Twice. And once it was like a leg cramp issue. It wasn't a hill issue. But in Mont Tremblant, it was a hill issue. That sucked. I'm putting myself mentally back in that place, man. That was bad. And look, I don't have a lot of experience. We don't have a lot of hills around here. I haven't really ridden outside that much this summer. I think I took the bike off the trainer once. I've been doing a lot of work, so I feel stronger. My weight is a little bit higher than I'd like to be, but is equivalent to the weight that I was when I DNF'd Ironman Lake Placid, and I made it around that loop once back that year, and I was a weaker cyclist back then. So it's going to be kind of interesting to see how we do. I'm ready to attack the hill. I'm ready to go at it. I'm ready to give it what I got. I will pedal until these legs can't pedal no more, and then maybe I'll rest, maybe I'll get off and walk, maybe I'll just take a little bit of a break and then hit it again and see if we can make it up the top of those 8 miles. I don't know. Apparently there's a toll road or a toll house there that you may have to pay $15 to go up. If I am experiencing a ton of pain by that point, there ain't no way I'm paying $15 to get up to the top. I'll turn around at the toll house. We'll see how that works. I don't know. I've never actually ridden this road. I don't know how it goes. I think Matt, I don't know if he's done it, but he's definitely talked to people who have done it. It's going to be a challenge, and we'll see. We'll just see how it goes. We're going to get out there. We're going to ride and hopefully have a good time. I'm looking forward to that, Matt. I'm looking forward to getting up there and doing some video, hopefully, and seeing how that works out. And I think that's pretty much all. So one other thing I got for you today, because we've been talking about the fad diet, and we're going to be talking about that tonight at the happy hour. But also, I've had, I've had this new kind of bout with this intermittent fasting, right? This new, trying something new, and you can call it a fad diet. I think it probably falls under that category of intermittent fasting. So basically, I eat during specific hours, and then I try not to eat and fast for 16 hours a day. The first week, now let me give you the whole picture here. The first week, I was true to it. I stayed true to it for, pretty much 7 days, and I lost about 6 pounds in 1 week. That was solid. Week 2, I feel like this is week 2. This is the end of week 2. I think this is the end of week 2. I can't even really place it. So this is like the end of week 2, or maybe this is the end. I don't even remember. I can't even remember if this is week 3 or week 2. It's got to be week 2. But I got on the scale on Monday, and it said 235.8 207, something like that, which I thought was very low reading. And you have to take, when you weigh yourself every day, you have to take those fluctuations with a grain of salt. They can be up and down 2 pounds any day. The following day, I had a really good Monday in terms of diet and just felt good. Woke up on Tuesday, I was 235.2 pounds. So really, I started at 245 and I was down almost pretty much 10 pounds, right? Pretty much 10 pounds. But I still felt like that was a high number. And that must have been Wednesday morning, because Wednesday night, Steph and I went out. And it was like one of these things. So Steph had to go for a drive. She had to drive to New York on Tuesday. And when she was driving, she had her windshield, a rock hit the windshield and just smashed it. It's just, it wasn't like a little ding. It was a big spider web thing that went across the windshield. It was not something that you could drive through over an extended period of time. So we needed to get it fixed. We drove it into the shop and so we had to drive. Initially we thought they were going to come to our house to fix it, but they couldn't because they needed to recalibrate the cameras. So we needed to drive the car to the glass place, which we did on Wednesday afternoon. And we're driving home. It's about 4:30. And I'm thinking, like, my intermittent fasting is shot because I like to stop eating at like 4 or 5 o'clock. And now it's 4:30. I haven't started making dinner. And if I go home and I make dinner, maybe I'll eat by 6, but probably be later than that. We decide to go out for dinner. So we go out to dinner. And now, one of the good things about our morning ride is I can't really overconsume alcohol at night. And I'm going to call this a good thing. I think when I was younger, I might have said, oh, that's getting in the way of my partying life. But as an adult who wants to improve in fitness, it's a good thing to avoid overuse of alcohol. Waking up at 5 a.m. has been wonderful for me for that. So we never open up that bottle of wine at night. We never do things that will sort of prohibit me from waking up early in the morning, or at least lessen the chances. But if we go out to dinner, I'll have a beer. One, I won't order the second one. So we go out to dinner, and I'm kind of looking at the menu, and I didn't want to order the Mick Ultra. I just wanted something that had some taste to it. So I ordered something on the menu, and it came in a can, and it was a tall boy. I really needed the tall boy, but it was good. And I drank it. I ordered a grilled chicken salad. So I tried to stay healthy with the order. And we got through dinner. And Steph's like, all right, well, let's just order dessert. We were with the baby. She'd been good. Let's order a dessert, So Steph's like, I want to order the brownie sundae. I don't need the brownie sundae. I don't need to split that. I wanted nothing to do with the brownie sundae. But there was ice cream on the menu. And I figured the ice cream comes. And it's typically not that big, and it's tasty. So I ordered the ice cream. The ice cream comes. Her brownie sundae comes. Her brownie sundae is like 2 big giant chunks of brownie with ice cream and whipped cream. And her and Ellie start eating it, and I eat my ice cream, and I'm happy. And yeah, ice cream. And it was good, really good. I enjoyed it, and I finished it. Now I finished it, and we're kind of hanging out. And Steph's done with the brownie. And I'm looking at the brownie and there's so much of it left. And I'm like, how do we waste the brownie? So let me taste the brownie. And I reach over and I taste the brownie. It's good. Brownie's good. It's really good. Now I'm just sitting there and we're chatting away and time is going by and I just keep tasting it, casually just tasting it. And before I know it, I didn't finish it. But I had way more than I really wanted. I should have just stuck with my ice cream and that was it. But I had way more of the brownie than I really wanted. Went home, got up the next morning, 2:30, and I weighed myself 237.7. So I put on about 2.5 pounds. And obviously I'm going to mentally attribute that to the brownie. I will say that the intermittent fasting, the first week, not only was I gung-ho with the timing, but I was gung-ho with the actual food that I was eating. And I've since sort of relaxed that. I'm still way under my overall calorie intake, not drinking the alcohol as much. At least I had the one beer, not drinking the alcohol though. And, it's still overall, I think I'm still kind of on that nice, again, when you weigh yourself every day, you have to be careful about getting upset about little fluctuations. But I was 237.7, yesterday, and I was also 237.7 today. And because in my brain's like, all right, you've been weighing yourself every day. You were 235.2 2 days ago. Then you go and you have one bad meal. And now I'm 237.7 twice in a row. And it's frustrating. I got to be honest. It is frustrating. because you put all that work in, you do all that discipline and eat right, and you screw up once, and that just makes it feel like that's the reason, right? That's the reason why I put on those 2 pounds. But in reality, when I take a step back and I look at it from a big angle, a wide angle lens, I started at 245 2 weeks ago. I lost 5 pounds, 6 pounds that first week. I lost another 2 or 3. The trend is down. The habits feel good. Things are changing a little bit within. I've changed my approach to intermittent fasting. I like it. I enjoy it. I do it probably about 4 or 5 days per week. I try to get my 16 hours of fasting in. And look, I'm not saying this is a rule that you need to do, or you should definitely do some research into this, right? This is why when I do something like this, I talk to Allison Knott in advance. So to make sure that I'm not doing something stupid that's going to, hurt my training. I want to be better. I want to be faster. I don't want to lose muscle in the process of dieting. I think that would be silly. I want to do things the right way. I know I need to get my weight down to get faster, but do it in the right way. So I talked to Allison about the intermittent fasting. I thought it was a good approach for me. It's been pretty productive. Even if you just take out the intermittent fasting and say, all right, the alcohol consumption down, overall calorie consumption down. When I stop eating at 5 o'clock or 6 o'clock at night, what am I missing out from, 6 to 10? What am I missing out on? What would I normally eat during those hours if I ate? I would either drink alcohol, open wine, or I would eat some kind of dessert, sweet food. And I haven't been doing that at all. So you remove those calories from the diet, and all of a sudden it's like, yeah, you've drastically decreased your overall calorie intake. It's helping. All right. So even if you don't necessarily believe in the fasting point and the ketosis and all that, whatever mumbo jumbo that as a non-dietitian I don't fully grasp, though I can kind of understand. Even if you don't, the general habits that I'm getting from this diet is helping. It's helping. It's helping trend things in the right direction. I'm going to keep with it because it feels good. It does. It feels good. It feels good that I've lost 8 pounds. I'm looking forward to losing a few more so that the clothes start fitting a little bit better, and we'll see how things go from there. But so I'm going to continue on with the intermittent fasting. We'll talk about that more probably tonight on our happy hour. Come visit us at happy hour. And that's been my experience so far. And wow, I put in a good 27 minutes today. I'm feeling pretty good. I can't wait to meet you tomorrow, Matt, and get that podcast done and get that ride done. We're heading up Whiteface Mountain Road tomorrow. Looking forward to it. Remember, 3,500 feet of elevation and 8 miles. What am I thinking? Anyway, remember, every day is an ordinary day unless you make it extraordinary. So get after it, guys.